And so we're back at Damien's. He's actually gonna do his Hydroboost now. After how long?
Finally have brakes! Yay!
The 10-second brakes. Show
him the 1/4-inch line to the adapter.
Oh God. So I don't know if you guys remember on a previous video, he installed this spacer plate that comes with a bunch of fittings and stuff, and pretty much you got 1/4-inch line feeding this, and
one pump
is all he gets. Actually, that's even driving, right? Like regular driving.
Yeah, regular driving.
So it's not enough to feed that, even though they said it was, but whatever. Regardless, we're swapping over to Hydroboost, and I'm gonna show you pretty much the hardest parts here, which is getting the eyelet on there and mounting the line that goes to the pump. I've actually had, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 people or more that are constantly having issues with the line. And here's the deal. There's 3 different designs. Where are your lines, by the way? There's 3 different designs to the line, and they all need some tweaking to be able to get them to fit back there. 2 go under, or actually 1 goes under, 2 go through the top. All 3 work, but again, they require tweaking, and they eventually figure it out and solve it.
End scene.
So, since I always put the part numbers in the description and nobody ever finds them, I end up getting a message like, hey man, what's the part numbers for this? I'm gonna put it in an actual video. Now, on my previous video, you got this line, and actually that's not even the part number that is in the bag, but this is the part number I gave you guys. And this is the one that is always a pain in the ass. The reason why this one's a pain in the ass is because this is the side that goes in the pump. This has to be tweaked. This one might not have to be tweaked because the way it's sitting right there, it's gonna go into the pump just like that. And then if I hold this end and I put this up, this is gonna go on the Hydraboost just like that. So this line is fine. It's actually kind of funny. This is the part number that one of the guys was having an issue with, and your line is perfect already. Now, the other line is the one that goes from the power steering, from the Hydroboost to the power steering gearbox. And this one, as you can see here, he's got 2 extras, and this is the one that looks like it's gonna fit the best. So I separated them. This one again goes on the other side of the Hydroboost next to this one. So those 2 go together like that. And this one goes straight to the power steering gearbox. This one, which I have no idea, what is this, the 71226?
Looks like the same as this one.
It looks like the same, but this is for the new style Hydroboost. And I haven't actually tested it. I've actually just seen the parts, so I recognize them. But
you mean the one with the reservoir?
Yeah, the little anodized gold reservoir on the side. That's the one. But yeah, and then this is just a regular power steering hose. I don't even know why this is here, but whatever. You got him on a deal. You can't complain. The next couple things you guys are gonna need is gonna be an inline filter. The reason you're putting a filter on there is because now the power steering is gonna get hot. Same reason we're putting a cooler on it. Some return hose, the clamps for that, and the T. This is just a 3/8 brass T. There's nothing special about it. The only thing that is special about installing this is that you want the line that comes from the gearbox on the bottom, the one going to the reservoir up, and the one for the Hydroboost here. And the reason for that is because if you do it in any other way, you're gonna have a really loud power steering pump. Another one of the issues that a lot of guys were having was with the braided steel lines that come with banjo fittings. I've had 5 people out of the bunch of people that have contacted me about their Hydroboost setup telling me that it's really loud, and they end up turning back onto these type of lines, the factory style lines, and voila, no problems. If you're doing stainless steel braided lines with banjo fittings and it's loud, there's your solution. Apparently I gave Damien so much shit, he finally went and got an actual driver's set.
I got tired of listening to you.
Well, it makes your life easier, dude.
Makes your life easier.
Well, Then you should start working on your own car. I told you, deep socket, dude. Oh. There's studs back there. Same way he hasn't heard that my car is faster. Anyways, until you do an 1186, my car is faster.
120 miles an hour.
Huh? Still slower. What was that? A 1590 something? 16 seconds?
Because I sat on the line.
A quarter of a minute?
Because I sat on the line for 12 of those seconds.
Oh God. I need a much deeper socket than this.
Come on, man.
I'm dead serious, dude. It's the studs in the back of that vacuum crap you have on there that everybody swears by. Don't knock it yet because I'm trying to sell it. Dude, it's garbage.
15 deep socket. Woo!
There you go. Anyways, so, oh, come on. Jeez. All right, anyway. So, here, I'm gonna need my flashlight for this. Huh?
Calling me a noob, he's got 106 on his fucking dashboard, or on his windshield.
Dude, I haven't washed the car yet.
Neither did I.
It was raining all day. I figured that shit was gonna be washed.
I haven't washed my car since I left the fucking trash. It's just my...
Oh, hold on. No. It's been almost a month. He still has the paint on the windshield.
And my car has been sitting...
And on the window.
And my car has been sitting under a freaking car cover since the day we left.
Well, you have 24 hours to take it off and you haven't taken it off.
Except for the fact that I wrote it down.
2 days later. Alright, so if you didn't have an alky kit that has a bunch of wires up here, you should be able to see the wiring, but we're not. So now, oh God, dude, I'm gonna have to break my back here. You can see that bolt there. There's one just like that one on top of that one. And same on the other side of the pedal. There we go, that's a better view. So right behind the pedal, you can see 2 bolts on the top, 2 bolts on the bottom. And that's what we gotta take off. And the pin that goes to the pedal. He's got a lot of crap down here, so it's very difficult to get at, but you get the point. So I'll do my best to record this part. Maybe not. We'll be back once I'm taking them off. Anyways, I got the bolts out, and you see the little pin there? Kind of hard to see because of the lighting, and I'm upside down. Use a long centimeter nose, just like that one, to fish out the pin out of there. Now somebody's done some work here. Let's call it less than quality.
Hey,
but we'll see that once it pulls out. What?
I said, hey, Doug probably did that.
Oh, well, Doug, there's less than quality work that you've done here.
Or Scott.
Or Scott. Well, you know, oh, they both got fast cars. Oh, okay, I need to get out of here. All that.
Yep. My car's faster.
Look, skinny guy, when you get smoked by the fast car.
Oh, it just went off. Or no, it's still recording.
Yeah, it's still recording. Oh, my keys.
And your phone fell in there.
Yeah. I was using my flashlight because somebody didn't give me a flashlight.
It did. It's right there. What do you call that?
So this is the Hydroboost unit. Very simple, as you can see. It's got the bracket and everything. You just mount it right onto the firewall. 4 bolts. The 4 bolts that we just took off. And that eyelid, it's what's a pain in the ass. Sometimes since all of these are rebuilt units, somebody's already gone ahead and let's just call it clearanced it for you instead of butcher, but they've usually butchered these to get it to fit. The trick is to have somebody out here kind of wiggling it until you get this pin to line up with the, or you get this eyelet to line up with the pin, and it goes in. So yeah, there's the handiwork on that. Totally safe.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
Glad I didn't have to stop in a hurry.
So I left the light on. You can actually see the pin there. And like I said, that's gonna go on there. So yeah, hardest part is these 4 bolts. And I'll let him do that. Well, I need a straight edge and something to measure the depth of this, just to make sure that these things are compatible. Because that thing's got a massive massive bore. I didn't realize that. So, oh dude, that couldn't be any more perfect. Like the depth of this is this. And there's a problem. So you gotta kick it in on that side and out on this side, and that's how you get that pin on. Pretty much that's the hardest part of getting this whole thing in, besides putting the bolts back on.
Basically, you're trying to make the pin line up evenly with the shaft.
Yes, sir. All right, you ready for me to push it all the way in?
Yeah.
All right. Now on the floor, you're gonna find the little clip. So here's Damien putting his nuts back on. Are you on the bolt?
No, I'm just stripping everything.
It sounds like it. Well, it could have gone too far. I'll tell you that.
I told you it went into the carpet.
Say that again?
I'm here for your amusement.
So, what he's talking about now is that we just went to look for a master cylinder because I figured that this was going to be the small bore because we're using a 8-inch, or they were using an 8-inch diaphragm. So you go with a smaller bore to get more line pressure, right? And yeah, no, so we have a master cylinder with a 1.5-inch bore or something along those lines, and it's not compatible with this because of this. It's got this ring on here that is holding the spring that holds everything in there, and yeah, so pretty much wasted 2 hours driving around looking for one. Nobody has one, and here's where you need to stop following this. Well, after we install the lines, you need to stop following this because whatever he does. Tell people what you just did.
What? The fucking nut fell and got behind the fuse block somehow. I told you it went into the carpet.
And he took apart the carpet, the kick panel. Almost had a coronary.
I need that
What do you need?
impact gutting in so I can put this last one on.
Alright, so anyways, in the time that it took Damien to take off to put back on 4 bolts, I have taken out the compressor. Here you can see the line. This is the factory line that actually goes under, all the way around and over. The new line's gonna go from here, up, back, down, through here. My word of advice here is to do this line first. Don't try mounting it over here or anything. Do it there first, and then work your way towards that. So what you guys just missed here is that we attempted to cut it because it was not coming out.
Attempted to cut right there with that nice crimp right there.
And so we broke the we broke the dikes, and we resorted to going back to the brute force method in a quarter of a turn, and it popped out.
Literally.
Love working an old car. So anyways, this is the fitting that goes on top of the pump, and a lot of people say that this is what you need to change because this is the restrictor. Now, from my experience, I have yet to drill out any of these, and I don't have a noisy anything. So Damien's got these 2 lines. They both seem to fit the same way, but they're different shapes, and I actually think that the shorter one might look better.
But the brass one is the one that is your part number, right?
Right, the brass one is the one that is my part number, and what this one does is that it actually follows the other line. As you can see there, it would go into that plug that he just took off, and then down and follow the other line up to this point, and then with this one would go that way. So we're gonna test fit both of them, see which one looks the best, and decide based on looks rather than performance, I guess.
And then we might be updating part numbers.
There you go. So that's what this line looks like, and it looks like crap because it doesn't follow the other line, but the fit's the same on this end. So we're definitely gonna go with my original part number.
This might be for the other Hydroboosts.
Yes, that actually might be for the Astrovan Hydroboost, which is what I know the other one, that other line is for.
And that's the one that routes where? All the way up there, all the way up there, and then eventually up and over to the white plug on the left side.
Yep. Now this is the part that's a pain in the ass, because here you're gonna have to kind of bend this out because this is gonna hit the body of this. So pretty much
We're here, Shade Tree Mechanic.
there you go. I mean, we gotta time it now,
Yeah.
but that's done. That's the line without being modified, and pretty much that's what you get. Since he's running an AC delete, we don't need to bend this any further in, but when you're running the AC compressor is gonna go here, and the roundness of it is gonna hit this top corner right here. So you're gonna have to bend this in. So the bottom of this is gonna be touching that, and the line's gonna be tweaked a bit of at an angle. But otherwise, as you saw, this is a bolt-on. These are the part numbers that I gave you guys before. And as you can see, the line runs along, behind, or in front of the brake lines, up the side, and to the top of that. And that's the only line that is usually an issue. The other one is very easy to identify because it literally goes into the gearbox. So that's pretty much it. The eyelet, the lines, and we went ahead and took everything off here so you can see it, because you can actually squeeze your hand in between these and put that on there. So technically you don't have to take off the take off the AC compressor, because you can just put this line on top of this line, slide it on there, then move it up and thread it in like I just showed you, kind of like this. So again, you don't need to do all of this, but it makes it easier, a lot easier. But here you can actually see how the lines run and what the lines look like. So when you're ordering these lines, if there's a discrepancy in the shape of the line, you can identify it. Pretty much, again, like you saw, this one just has the little square that goes around the pump and up and back down and onto the Hydraboost. So anyways, as I was mentioning earlier, where we were gonna have this done, the return line thing part, yeah, not happening. Damien went on a tangent over there and decided to take off his condenser. So we took off the condenser. Now you know you can take off the condenser without taking off the radiator. But that'll be...
Why did we take the radiator out?
Wait, what?
Why did we take the radiator out?
Because we are not doing that. I don't know. I have no idea.
Because the boots were messed up.
So anyways, one thing led to another, and the next thing you know, we're fixing one thing but taking off another. Anyway, so anyways, I hope you guys found that helpful. I know it's not like my usual detailed technical video, but you actually get to see the lines, get to see it going in. And yeah, it's about to be 1 in the morning, so that'll be it for this video.
5 pounds lighter.
Oh my God. Hit the like button.